Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Yacht Swap. We're still at the Dusseldorf boat show and I'm currently at the BRABUS stand. For those of you that might not know, AWOL have done a collaboration with BRABUS. You get basically the BRABUS model of the AWOL. What does that mean? Essentially you get bigger engines, so more power. More power tends to mean more speed. You get the real detailed BRABUS like trim, like the seating, the nice BRABUS steering wheel, the really cool BRABUS color, the black color is really stealthy, really cool looking boats. You can see behind me all the people, they're waiting for the unveil of the new 2020 BRABUS models. There's one over here and they've got another one just over here as well. So all the people here are just waiting to see the unveiling of the new BRABUS models. Now, what I do really like, I actually tested one of these BRABUSes. It was actually a test mule in Helsinki in Finland. If you haven't seen that video, click this link after you watch this video. We got up to 62, 63 knots. So do make sure you watch that video because some really cool footage and it was really, really monumentally fast and a lot of fun. The handling was second to none. The angles when you're towing the boat is unreal. It's really user-friendly, very practical, and it's really, really sexy. Also, BRABUS, what they're doing, they've teamed up with the brand Job. Now, Job is an inflatable company, a water toys company, so they do things like buoyancy aids, they do paddle boards, amongst other water toys for you to enjoy with your BRABUS boat. Now this particular model that I'm on board now, I'm standing actually right up high because it's a really good vantage point. You can actually see I'm in a cabin. We've got the sun top here. You can see the BRABUS trim down below, really cool. A couple of photographers just behind me on the bow, but I found this the highest spot here. And so it's really, really well set up. Really looking forward to the unveiling. They're offering some champagne and juice. Not for me today, focus on the video. I'm really excited to see the unveil and hopefully get some footage on board because a lot of people are waiting, a lot of people want to see the boat. So we're going to get exclusive access after the show is finished. There's thousands of people here that want to see these boats. So once the show is finished and closed, we're going to get exclusive access to show you guys these amazing 2020 BRABUS models. So there we have it guys, the Shadow 900 by BRABUS. Let me know what you guys think of that boat in the comments box below. I'm gonna try and see if I can get the CEO of BRABUS to give us an exclusive tour. I'm gonna ask the question and you never know. Otherwise I'll do a tour for you guys a little later on in this video. So we're here about to look at the Shadow 900 and I'm delighted to be joined by Constantin, who is the CEO of BRABUS. Constantin, welcome to the channel.
Hey guys.
So Constantin, you guys are actually better known for building supercars, right?
Yes.
Tell us why you kind of converted into the marine industry. What's the idea behind it?
Absolutely. By now we're in a couple of different businesses and the marine industry is one of them. But of course the way the brand grew was that over 40 years ago when my father started BRABUS, it was all about cars. And
yeah.
for the biggest part of the last 40 years, it was all about cars. And a big part of our business still is. However, since we were always boating fans, my grandfather was, my father was a big boating fan, I'm a big boating fan. We were always interested in what's happening in this other industry, and we were looking at it. And in, I think, 2017, we ended up buying an AWOL 37 Suntop.
Oh, right, okay.
And what happened was that we BRABUSized it, so we, painted it black, put red interior on it. It's a lot of what you see on the Shadow 900 Black Ops today. Back then it wasn't called that, it was just a BRABUSized AWOL 37 in a miniature sort of way compared to this. And Janne saw it, Janne Vitala, the brain behind the products of Axopar, and his team saw it, and they loved it so much so that they said, hey, let's make it a project. Can't we do a boat? Or first of all, can't we do a project that is trying to combine the best of both worlds? They saw our factory, they saw what we do, and they said, can we take the approach to manufacturing, electrics, modern displays, the general style and design, can we put that on, so to speak, the drivetrain, a very modern hull, because they're specialists in designing hull for that class of boats, and can we combine that to create a new sort of product that nobody's ever seen in the marine industry? We worked on it, became very good friends, the teams clicked immediately, which is the most important indicator for a good development for me. And in about 1 year, we developed what became known as the BRABUS Shadow 800.
Right, yes.
We presented it in Dusseldorf 2018, so actually right here. Now we're sort of in the middle of the hall. And we were back there near the entrance with one boat, and it was my goal back then to maybe sell 3 or 4 boats.
Okay.
Because you enter a new market, you have this fancy project, and you want to receive good feedback and sell a bit of product. And we never expected that during the show we would get 15 handshakes for boats by actual
signed
clients.
15 deals.
It was supposed to be a limited edition of 20 boats, and we actually sold out the whole limited edition quite fast. And so
did he sell out during the show or in the weeks?
You get a lot of we got very very good feedback for the product. The original intention of what we wanted to do hit a sweet spot with customers and a few exclusive boat dealers alike. And we were able to build up a structure of dealers around the world in a lot of markets where either BRABUS or Axopar had been present before very fast. And also we could motivate some clients to actually buy the boat. So within the time that we had thought might be the allotted time to build and sell the boats, we actually sold all of the 20 boats.
That's amazing.
And
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And well deserved, because the design, from my personal point of view, I think that is stunning.
Because the main thing about the BRABUS Shadow 800 was, and about the 900 Black Ops is the same thing. We have a brand core at BRABUS, and there's one of the most important elements is a standard reaction to our products. We want our clients, our customers, our fans to come around the corner at the boat show, Geneva Auto Salon, Top Marks Monaco, wherever you see us. We want you to come around the corner, see the product, whether it's a car or a boat, or now it's even little stuff like the new BRABUS and Joby water sports accessories collection.
Yes.
Come around the corner and say, wow. That is our standardized brand core reaction to every single product. If we don't get that reaction, if we don't feel that reaction ourselves, we're not building the product.
Well, I can say for certainty you've done it here today.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Your team should be very proud of yourself. So congratulations.
And the good thing is we've already sold this boat. So we had a fan of ours come along a couple of days ago. And he said, I want boat number 1, whatever it takes. Can you make it happen? I said, of course we can. I can't show you the product before, but we can make it happen. So he was here during the press conference, and he was very happy with
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. Well, are you going to give us a tour?
So just quickly, so the story continued. We did our second model, the Shadow 500, which you can see as the cabin version and the open version. And this year, of course, we have our brand new, all engineered from the ground up 37. The main new approach is that we're utilizing a platform approach. So we're building boats for 2 brands. We're utilizing the same technical base concept, but from the first stage, from lamination of the hull onwards, the paths of the 2 brands diverge. Let's say, for example, through the carbon reinforced stringer system, that's how early it changes.
Okay. So you actually have a structural input.
They become 2 different boats and two different brands. But
so structurally, they are different.
They are different, yes. Okay. But of course, Axopar and BRABUS design teams, they work super closely together.
Sure.
We fly back and forth between Helsinki and Bottrop, Germany, where our factory is constantly. and to discuss what features we're going to put in what model. Anyhow, so we went through 800, the 37-foot 800, then we published the 28-foot 500 in 2018, and now we're back with a new 37-foot Shadow, BRABUS Shadow 900 Black Ops. Why Black Ops? Because we discovered that we had clients who didn't want limited edition but still wanted a BRABUS Shadow.
Right.
So we split the model portfolio in two. You can get this, the limited edition, which now is, because it's 37 foot, we're going to do 37 pieces.
Okay.
The 500 we're doing, because it's 28 foot, we're doing 28 pieces. Pretty easy concept.
Yep.
And we have a non-limited variant of the BRABUS Shadow, but it's not coming in the painted version, in the gunmetal gray.
Yes.
It's not coming with the red, it's not coming with the carbon fiber parts, it's not coming with the exclusive front cabin. So there's a big difference between the limited edition and the non-limited edition.
Yeah, sure. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
First of all, I just love the housing for the twin 450s with the carbon. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments box below of this carbon fiber trim on the engines. It's the first impression of this boat. You just think honestly, it's sex on water, this boat.
That's exactly what it's supposed to be. I mean, that's exactly the reaction I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Again, you come around the corner, you say, wow, that's the kind of boat I want. I'm into quality. I am into performance and sportiness, yet I want a boat that is a day boat that I can take out. You know, I want the carbon fiber and the sexy looks, and I want my kids to be on board safely.
Yes.
And I want the combination of that. You know, I want to go 50 knots cruising speed with one hand.
It's amazing.
On the steering wheel.
50 knots cruising speed.
Easy.
Cruising speed,
Easy,
guys.
comfortable 50 knots cruising speed with your family on board. And when you turn, you just turn. Top speed is 60 knots plus.
Yeah.
So during our test of the Spider version, which is something else that's come totally out of the blue for us about 6 months ago and became a full-blown product. The one you drove, I think, also in Helsinki.
That's right, yep.
I drove it in Helsinki in kind of rough weather, a bit rainy, mild waves, and we reached a top speed of 63 or 64.
Yeah. We did
knots.
Similar, 63.
So
pretty special.
and it does that quite easily. So that's why.
But it's interesting because when you actually are cruising at 50 knots, you don't know you're cruising at 50 knots, especially if you're sitting in the cockpit. You just think you're doing. We were cruising, we thought we were doing like 25, 30 knots. We look at the speedo,
we shot a video
doing 50
because
knots.
I sat in the back of the boat, and the Spider had an open deck in the back. Sorry, the aft cabin with the sunbed in the back.
Yeah, okay.
I was laying on the sunbed, legs crossed, and looking at you know what kind of waves the engines were making, how the engines were turning, and everything. And it was so cool and so calm. We ended up making a small video about it. It cuts through water like like a knife through warm butter. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. It's 900 horsepower, of course.
And it's a 900.
It's a 900.
That's enough horses.
450 R Verados.
So you explain when you say what is the R for R? Is it race? Is the R stand for race?
The basic explanation is we work with Axopar, worked with Mercury long before we started developing BRABUS Marine, and we're continuing that. So the BRABUS Shadow 900 Black Ops is powered by twin 450 Mercuries.
Right, pretty impressive stuff. Should we let's do it? Let's do the tour for the 900. So guys, just let me know what you think in the comments box below. Your first impression of the boat. Constantin has promised that he's going to read all the comments and respond to them. No, I'm joking, he's not. But maybe he might, you never know. So I'm going to leave it with you. You give the viewers the tour.
We, as I said, power. It's 900 horsepower. And if we go on board, you will see immediately that there's a lot of elements taken straight from the supercar world. I know it's a thing that a lot of people say, that you have synergies between two brands. In this case, it is palpable. You go on board and I will show you the details that come straight from the car board.
Awesome, let's do it.
So the first thing you see is on the aft deck, we have a couple different options. This boat is equipped with the wet bar, which is it's a beautiful little compartment that contains an electric grill, has an ice box and a cooling box, and a sink. Easy, let's just quickly pop it out. All right. And we have fridges or more ice box under there. For the fishing types, we have more space for fishing Here we can put ice boxes in order to store your fish.
Store your mooring lines.
In this case, it's just for the mooring lines.
You got extra. This is the carbon fiber trim here as well.
Exactly,
Quite
and
beautiful.
of course you can say that it doesn't. You know, do you need carbon fiber in this spot? No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
Make a very, very good impression when you come on board.
It does.
Does it? You know,
It gives the wow
look
factor.
look and feel like a quality boat? It absolutely does.
Absolutely.
That's why we didn't compromise on high-class materials. For example, as I said, the whole hull is painted. It's about a 5 to 6 week process. You cannot realize this color in a gel coat boat. There's also a difference between the unlimited and limited edition boats. The unlimited Shadow is a gel coat boat. Limited edition goes through the Black Ops edition goes through a 5 to 6 week painting process.
Yeah.
This is our signature color, gunmetal gray. Every BRABUS Shadow Black Ops comes in that color. That's why it's named Black Ops. And it's whenever we publish a new boat or present a new boat, it's always coming in a classic BRABUS interior color, which is red. We have enough seats for a full family dinner. 7 seats. The first row can be turned around. Full table. So it's absolutely beautiful to have a barbecue here. And believe me, we've tried it many times during the development phase. The Shadow Black Ops comes as a sun top standard, but later we're probably going to take a look at the Spider.
Yep.
And that is, as again, a term from the car world. Spider is no roof, so the open boat. Sun top, however, means that you're not getting sun when you're standing at the helm, because we have a giant sunroof integrated in the sun top that is electrically operated.
Oh, is this electric now?
Yeah, you're sure.
So guys, as you may or may not know, ours is also retractable, but ours is manual. In this case, it's electric, so it's pretty actually helpful.
Another feature that you see immediately is the seats that contain the carbon fiber backrests.
Absolutely.
Which is something that we did on the 800, and we're doing it again on the 900. However, we have all new seats, completely changed seat structure, completely changed seat design. I think they look absolutely fabulous with the little signs of excellence, of course, always integrated in the seat. Custom Aztec flooring for the Shadow boat range with a nice red stripe there. And of course, getting to the main part of the boat, a beautiful helm with a full carbon fiber dashboard and a massive digital display that goes from from completely left to completely right. It's all one big display. It's all one big glass pane with several displays integrated that make you feel like you're sitting in a modern supercar.
And these seats then rotate also 180. You're going to have to kind of move it. Yeah. What you can do, so when you're having your lunch, guys, is that you can open the table up, rotate the seats 180 degrees, and then you have your lunch, a few drinks. As Constantin was saying, you have a barbecue, and away you go.
So the main new thing about this boat is that you've got your acceleration levers and you've got your steering wheel, which has a center part that stays intact however you turn, and you've got joystick steering.
So just explain what the joystick steering means for the viewers that don't understand.
Very simply, when you go inside and outside of the harbor, it's sometimes easier to have a very detailed sort of steering of the boat, and that's when you get to use the joystick instead of the steering wheel. For experienced pilots, it doesn't really make a difference, but it's a matter of taste.
Yeah.
We offer both, so you can do it however you're used to doing it, and the important thing, however, is that the boat does everything for you. For example, there is no adjusting trim tabs. It does all of that by itself. That's why I said earlier, 50 knots cruising speed, and you just turn a corner, and all you use for that is the steering wheel.
That's amazing.
You can see a lot of nice, there's a lot of nice branding on the boat. For example, you've got the name Shadow integrated in the Aztec right there. You've got a little bit of a BRABUS
the signage
there.
I've noticed some of the BRABUS signage does light up as well.
Yeah, sure. We can see that on the at the entrance to the front.
Sure.
The most important thing that signifies it as the Shadow Black Ops limited edition is what we call the sign of excellence. This is something only our limited products get, and it's a metal decal that contains, you know, of course, the brand name, the product name, and my signature. In this case, it's my signature.
Ah, there you go. And this is actually this actually opens up, and these are actual screens.
These are actual screens.
They're built into
they're integrated in the
wow,
door.
look at that,
because
guys.
when it's closed and you're driving, you don't particularly care that there's a front cabin up front. We call it front lounge now because it's so much more than a cabin, especially
Yes.
when the gullwing door is open, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. And then it's one screen. If you want to enter the cabin, you just open the door.
Amazing. Amazing.
Also, we have a proper, as you can see here in the electronics, we have our own, we developed this in collaboration with Simrad. We have our own BRABUS digital display system and graphical user interface, which is fun because you get to have matching style.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Shall we go inside?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Look at that, guy. How cool is that?
Want to go first?
After the guy, look, here we're saying the BRABUS with the. I love that. It's the same you got in the cards as well.
This is exactly. I mean, we can look at a few things that are coming straight from the cars, which is, for example, as simple as it is, the running boards. You can put your foot on. You're driving. The entrance sills, and for example, also the idea of a compact steering wheel that has integrated buttons.
Amazing.
The carbon fiber, the integrated look of everything. You don't have 1,000 buttons all over the place that make it very complicated. You just have a very, very simple, sleek and clean looking display. And all of those are ideas that come absolutely directly from what we've done with cars in the last decade. It's actually a completely changed front lounge. First of all, what does it have? It has a full bed, so you can lay down here, and it's absolutely comfortable seat for 2 people. We have a full toilet, which is the main question a lot of people have.
Yeah,
so there's a full toilet, and that solves a lot of problems. We have a 42-inch TV screen.
I didn't even see that. Wow.
And we can, of course, fit the PlayStation if so desired, and some other media applications. We have Wi-Fi on board.
YouTube, and you can watch the super-yacht Captain YouTube channel, guys.
We have Wi-Fi on board. That's important.
So how does that work? You get a SIM card and plug it in, and then you get your. So as long as you're in like 4G range, you get Wi-Fi on board. That's a very clever idea.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So you've got your own hotspot.
Yeah.
We've got, of course, you can wash your hands. We can. We have storage in a lot of places, and it's all designed very nicely. We have done, which is interesting, our own little change to this pattern. This interior pattern is a standard BRABUS interior design pattern. The small squares.
Yeah.
However, if you look at it very closely, this is not squares; it's waves.
Ah, guys, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, guys, but it's almost like pyramids.
Yeah, they don't connect. And that is a specific change we did for the.
Can you guys? We can see that. You see that, guys? Look, that's interesting. So the detail. If you didn't say that to me, I wouldn't have noticed that. You know
Another
that.
one of the details is that, and this is something that we've integrated from the cars, and we've integrated from the fashion industry into the cars, and we're doing that more and more. Is that we have a lot of small signages and decals that we're putting in the car. It's like on a modern jeans or on a modern T-shirt.
Yeah.
And very high quality fashion pieces, oftentimes you'll find these very, very tiny details that make it stand out. And this is exactly one of them.
It's beautiful.
To me, it's a lot of fun to look at the details, especially the details of the product, to see whether it's worth my time. And our customers are exactly the same way. Now, the most obvious we haven't talked about yet. That's the biggest change.
Yes.
To the interior space of the Shadow range, the 900, is that it's not inside anymore. It's not indoors anymore. We have, inspired by Janne Vittal, I was actually at BRABUS having a workshop with me, and then shortly after that, we visited the BRABUS Classics facility, where we were one of the I think we can say one of the safe addresses for anybody who wants their 300 SL from the 1950s or their Mercedes Pagoda from the 60s restored to perfect original condition. So Jan got to see a lot of old timers when he gets to see a lot of old timers when he's at BRABUS. It's another one of our business lines, and he saw a 300 SL, and of course that has gull-wing doors. Now nobody's ever done, as far as I know, has ever done gull-wing doors on a boat.
Not I can think of either, to be honest.
We scribbled around, and with the design guys, we try to find a way to do it an elegant way. And the main purpose of what we did finally was that we wanted to create a third sitting area, which is inside. You've got the, behind the helm, there's your main table. You've got the area in the front where you can sit with the table safely with 3 to 4 people. And we wanted to create a third space that you can use, for example, for children to play inside when it's windy, or for just more people that want, to go downstairs, have a private conversation.
Or even getting changed. When you're getting changed, you can stand up.
And
you still have the privacy.
And we still wanted that third sitting space, that third space for people to be connected to the outside in a way, so they don't have to come in through the door and leave through the door again. The way we did this is exactly by integrating those gull-wing doors. You open them by pressing a button, and both sides of the lounge, both walls open up. And as we can see here, you're not inside anymore. You're connected to the outside in a seamless way. You have these steps to go inside and outside. By the way, if you're sleeping in the bed, you just turn them up, and then you have more. Then you have more space when the doors are closed, and you can just step here, and go outside. Anybody who's sitting in the front, you'll be able to have a conversation with them. You can hand a beer in, or you can hand a beer out.
Very important.
Somebody needs to access the toilet, they can come in this way, they can come in this way. You have a lot of options. And I think it's a good idea. I think it's fun. I'm really excited. We've tested it, of course, on prototypes. I'm really excited to see this in the water and try it out for myself.
I'm interested to hear the feedback from your clients to see how they think of it. I personally think it's given it a whole different perspective of being in this space. Because as Jan Erik was mentioning earlier, he said, all your clients, they just use it as storage space, and now it's becoming a living space.
We have a few ones that use it as a living space, but for them it is normally the space they would go when it's colder, or when, as I said, the children wanted to be inside, or they would go there to sleep. Now it's this thing, you put your boat on mooring, or you anchor somewhere, and you open it up, and your whole boat becomes one big living space, and you can walk around, you can go inside, go outside again. And this is something amazing for a 37-foot boat. It's not something I have seen before on a 37-foot boat.
Yeah, I do like it.
Do you want to go to the front?
Let's go to the bow, yeah.
See the third space I mentioned.
You go that way, I'll come out this way.
And of course, again, the gull-wing doors give the boat a completely different look. When you're in a harbor, or when you're at anchor somewhere, and you've got them open, it looks like no other boat.
It is very cool. And then you've got this additional...
Yeah, you've got a seating area in the front. So as I mentioned, it's it's a powerful boat, it's a fast boat, but it's not a race boat. It's a day boat you can use with the whole family. It's got a railing that goes all around, so it's very safe. You're not falling overboard. It's got lots of sitting areas that all look very, very stylish. This can be combined with a table as well.
Yep.
And we've got the gull-wing doors opening up. So, you've just done it, so you can go inside and outside.
Yeah.
You see people inside, they're still part of the group. You've got the sun top that opens up. And overall, it's a super practical boat that is still very, very fast.
Well, I have to say, those lights actually remind me of the G-Wagon. Yeah.
This is another thing that we took straight from the cars.
That's very cool.
We developed those top lights as high beams, additional high beams for G-Wagon. And when we designed the new roof for the Shadow 900, we thought there's enough space to fit the high beams. and it's a lot of fun because you're getting a lot more light when you turn them on. A lot more light.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Constantin, thank you so much for the tour.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
And I wish you all the best with your product. You don't need luck.
Next time we're going to drive it together.
Yes. we'll get two, we'll have a race.
Yeah, but you saw the product.
I'll win. So for the viewers, where can they find Brabus? How can they find out more information about what you guys do?
First of all, they can come to a show like this.
Yep.
But of course, for those who cannot come to boat, we have a lot of information online. First of all, we've got our all new website that's up since the middle of last year, which is brabus.com.
Okay.
It's going to have everything about the supercars. We've got brabusmarine.com, which has everything about the super boats.
Yep.
And of course, we have a presence on YouTube and Instagram. Especially on Instagram, you're going to find us at the official Brabus. And also, I'm doing a little behind the scenes, a bit of behind the scenes stuff.
Yes.
Which is published at Constantin, spelled with a C, _Brabus. But you will find me tagged in all the Brabus content.
Fantastic. Great.
And it's a bit of a different sort of content.
Okay.
If you're into the brand, it's good to follow both, because then you get to see what we're doing. For example, yesterday we posted a lot of build-up stuff from the show. I posted a lot of stuff from the office, how we do things, and what's going on. So we're easy to find. We're easy to find on Instagram. If you want to find us, you'll find us.
Yeah. I like what you said a moment ago. You said a super boat. It's no longer a boat. It's like what you do to the cars. They're not cars anymore. They're supercars. So
it's
very
super
well
boat.
said. Yeah.
It combines the best. It's luxurious. It's nice. It's got all the things you want. If you're a car geek and a technology geek, at the same time, it's very comfortable. It's again 1 hand 50 knot cruising.
Yeah, it's amazing.
With your whole family, and yeah,
right.
So you can do a lot with it, and that's why I think it's a proper super boat.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, thanks again.
Thank you.
Cheers.